How's it going, everyone? Some information has just dropped on the PlayStation blog for Firewall Ultra, and I've only just started reading it, and I thought to myself, do you know what? I want to read it through with you guys, because to be honest, this is probably one of the most hyped first-person VR shooters to come to PlayStation VR, because honestly, it was the best one on the previous platform, on the original PSVR, using the aim controller. And yesterday I did a video using a gun stock on PSVR, and once you took away like the long arm, it kind of felt like the aim controller all over again, which obviously made me think of Firewall. So let's jump in to see what these guys have actually played. It looks like they've gone hands-on with the first stop. They're calling it the pre-match safe house. Each loadout comes stocked with 2 weapons, which I'm assuming is a pistol and your main weapon, 2 items, which will be, I imagine, a grenade or a stun grenade or something, or a flashbang, plus something technical. The presets will be fully customizable. That's super important. With multiple clips spent, they're saying they've shot the gun, and weapons reloaded via a button press. So that's quite a bit of important information right there. This game doesn't look like it's got manual reloading. It's got automatic reloading. I'm quite surprised about that, actually. I kind of heard about this happening, but I wasn't sure it was definitely the way the game was going to go, because nowadays a lot of games are manual. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. I would never say it won't work until the game is actually released, but I'd like to see it in action, you know, because one of the things I remember personally that I find quite unimmersive is someone else's hands doing something in VR that aren't yours. So it'd be interesting to see how it actually works in game. As with the original Firewall 0 Hour, teamwork is still key, with switching sides between defender and attacker. That's really cool. I think they've already said they're going from 1 round, which was like, to 3 rounds, which was one of the big complaints before. You know, you had 1 game and you was back in the lobby. So that's now definitely been addressed already. It's saying it's got dedicated servers, new skills, contractors, maps and weapons, and the game engine is going from UE4 to UE5, which is really cool. They're saying that a PvE mode is also still in the works. That will be included come launch. More to come on that soon. I'm assuming that's saying it's going to come at launch. It says more included come launch. That might be news, maybe. I don't know, but I'm not sure how to take that. It's either news of a PvE feature or PvE is actually coming at launch. PvP matches now play out as a best of 3 rounds, with the PS5 SSD shifting players from safe house to match map and back again in the blink of an eye. So it sounds like you're still going to go back to the lobby to then go back to the match again. I mean, this is the original game updated, isn't it? So maybe they just couldn't get rid of that to make it into rounds. Not sure. Eye tracking makes weapon selection from an on-screen wheel swift and grants greater precision to your aim when closing one eye or looking down the sights. So it sounds like they're going to use your eye tracking for aiming as well. We've actually experienced this, or I have, if you've owned Horizon. Personally, I disabled it because it felt like someone else was doing the aiming for me. It was really... It's very effective. It's very effective. But what you're going against there is the speed of not necessarily someone pointing a gun. It'd be where they're looking. And I imagine you're going to be able to look a lot quicker than where you're going to point. So I don't know how that's going to line up. It says it subtly repositions your gun to mirror exactly where you're looking. Kind of like auto aim, but obviously a lot quicker. I don't know, man. I mean, this is crazy tech, really, isn't it? It's quite new for a first-person shooter to have eye tracking as a feature. Flashbangs will blind you if you look at them. They definitely should do. But so will flashlights. That's very cool if shone directly in your eyes. That is really cool. I really hope in some way you can like move your hand over the light as well. You know, that'd be really cool so the other team don't know you're necessarily coming. I never see that feature in games, and I absolutely love the idea of it. This, coupled with better hand tracking due to the sense controllers, teases a potentially brilliant strategy. A gun-mounted light beam can be hidden by putting your other hand in front of it. Literally, I should have read forward. I'm so excited about that. Hug a corner and hide your beam until the enemy approaches. You don't understand how many games don't do that. You put your hand over the front of the light and it just passes through. Very excited for that. That's really cool. And it's an important feature in a game like this. And even when you're benched in death before your teammates, you're not out of the game. Perspectives switch to a small number of security cameras stationed around the map, which you can freely rotate. Nice. Spot an opposing team member and keep your gaze locked on them. Loadouts for every occasion. There we go. So you can see from this clip the automated reload. It's a button press reload system. That's something I need to get my head around a little bit. I sort of knew it, and I kind of hoped it wouldn't be the case, to be absolutely honest. But again, you got to try this stuff, you know, to see how it goes, how it feels. I mean, it kind of would make actually the gun stock better, because one of the issues I have with gun stocks is reloading. I'm very excited for the game. Anyway, the resistance to your virtual finger, replicate real world analog to the gun. And we've experienced that before. You can experience that with your DualSense as well in a lot of games. In Firewall, for example, I think if you shoot a trigger with no bullet in the mag, clip or chamber, there's no resistance. As soon as there's a bullet ready to fire, you'll feel resistance. It's really quite cool. Sharp eyes and quick wits are necessary skills to win the match, yes, but they're not the only ones. Teams take turns to either defend or hack intel, and with maps ranging from claustrophobic offices with banks of computer desks and labyrinth-like oil rigs, knowing the right balance of the loadouts and the team deployment are key. Very excited to go back to some of these maps. They did add some new maps as well, so yeah, like it's been over a year or more since I played this. The graphics look sick, even these little clips. The explosions look nice as well. Contracts would be a mix of returning faces and new characters, each boasting a unique skill. Couple that with an unlockable secondary skill that can be equipped as part of your loadout. First Contact is flexing the strength of 3D audio in Firewall Ultra. Okay, more immersive of course, but also potentially strategic. Yeah, we know spatial audio is super important for virtual reality. I'm not sure why we're focusing on this, but let's keep reading. Honing in on footfalls help place, yeah. It grants an eclectic rhythm to sounds, attackers and defenders, sneaking along low cover, then charging open. You will need an ear to pick up exactly where the signal jammer is. Yeah, the small black boxes emitting a telltale ping is easy to identify, but not so easy to place. One of the best things was looking for signal jammers in Firewall. Trying to find these things in the middle of a firefight is so cool, and then sometimes there's a timer and it's just down to you. It can be so exciting and stressful. It's really quite cool. Rewards, crypto makes a return, which is cool. There's rare collectibles, grabbable on the first come first serve basis. That's interesting. You can also earn this in-game currency by completing missions, doing well as winning matches. Collect and cash these in to unlock cosmetics, new guns, attachments, upgrades, and new contractors. Is there a launch date? I don't think there is, because I think that would have been one of the first things that come up. Along with these cosmetics and weapon attachments unlocked by the players as they progress, First Contact promises a level of post-launch support similar to what the studio rolled out of Firewall Zero Hour, which was paid for DLC. The shape of those things will come into focus in the next few months. So 3 months. But for now, PSVR2 owners can look forward to another round or 3 of tactical action. Bring a friend, bring 3, and make sure they're all packing quick wits and fast trigger fingers. Yeah, so that's the story. I don't think there's much else going on that we need to report on currently. But yeah, so it looks like we've got 3 months to wait. Automatic reloading, definitely confirmed now. Kind of something I need to think about a little bit. Not too sure how I feel about that currently. I just need to play it as well. I don't know when I can play it, obviously, but it's important to me to play this to find out how that feels. I love the idea of weapon selections with the eye tracking, but I'm not sure. I mean, at that rate, that doesn't sound like you can ever like have an assault rifle and then pull out a pistol physically. How does it affect gameplay like that? Because a lot of us know it's quicker to actually pull out a pistol than reload a gun sometimes. That'd be interesting, but will that be the case if the automatic reloading is faultless? One of the best things about PvP matches is when you mess up a reload, for example, and that will never happen in this game. And then obviously you've got the eye tracking aiming, which again is very interesting to me. As I said, I witnessed it in Horizon using the bow and arrow, and I didn't like it because it just didn't feel like me. You know, it didn't feel like me doing that. So I really hope that you can turn that off. Or how much of an advantage does it give? You know, it could be an unfair advantage, but how much of an advantage does that give to players? Very interesting stuff. So there we go. All the more info, the better. Let me know your comments down below what you think about these new features we know about, and I will see you on the next video.